Cool. That was Wizards Rockets game. I'm not gonna lie, today is a really emotionally raw day. So naturally, you want to top it off with the depression crescendo of the Wizards losing to the Rockets, but I'll get into that in a second. I just want to say rest in peace, Sekou Smith. I didn't really know too much about him as a person beyond what I saw, and he just seemed like a really cool dude. And from what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, he was definitely much more than that. And he had a positive impact on people for what it looks like, and it just that really sucked. Okay. On top of that, today is the unfortunate anniversary of the tragedy of Kobe Bryant helicopter accident with the 9 lives that were lost. It was awful. So, rest in peace to them as well. Today, just overall, is a cursed day for a lot of people. So yeah, talking about Houston Rockets versus the Wizards. Obviously, the big emotional component, the big narrative is John Wall playing against his former team that he played for like 10 years and already having some turmoil in Houston with how James Harden made his exit. There was a lot of speculation that, Wall and Beal were going to have an intense game, but the difference is that we don't really have a team that can play defense. However, if you were only to watch the Wizards in the first quarter, you would think that this was like an okay team. And again, I also want to stress that, of course, I know we don't have all our players, so evaluation of this current iteration is not exactly going to be 100%, nor should it be too harsh. However, when it comes to this team, there's so many things that they're still doing that have not changed in the 2 weeks, which should have been obvious to anyone who's been watching this team for this long, is that there's certain trends that have just persisted throughout this entire season that cannot be denied. I understand that when it comes to Russell Westbrook, okay, he was injured at first. First of all, why were we playing him during that time? And now, after a weird kind of reporting on it, like first it was 4 weeks reevaluation, but that was said to be fake, and now he's healthy, he's good, but now he has to get back to 100%. And I understand, okay, maybe you're talking about rhythm due to COVID, but prior to that he wasn't playing well, and the excuse was that he wasn't healthy, but now he's playing the exact same. And before, when I thought about Russ as a player, what I kind of understood was that he makes a lot of great plays, but occasionally makes boneheaded ones or makes ones that will kill the momentum of a team. Cool, you get that version of Russ, you accept that. But like right now, as he is playing, currently, he makes one, like he'll make a layup or something, or he'll hit a 3, and then just turnover, bad pass, switching on defense. He does this thing where he randomly will switch, and it ticks me off because he'll just leave the big on an island to get cooked. But yeah, first quarter Wizards definitely could go undefeated, or at least be a tenable team. I was really excited to see Anthony Gill and Alex Len and Jordan Bell make a considerable impact with hustle and well-timed effort. I think that I've said before that this team, if at the very least could just show some kind of consistent effort and energy, it would make these games at least less painful to watch. But they only really do it in spurts, and those spurts are few and far between, but they're never for 4 whole quarters. There's something to be said for effort that is well timed. You can't just be out there trying, because you can just rack up a 0, 0, 0, and 0 and do nothing on the court. You could have just been out there running cardio, which is not that you definitely gave effort in something you were running. But yeah, first quarter Wizards were great. After that, we started playing more sloppy. It happens every time too. Like, I'll be like, man, if they could just play like this, move the ball well, then we'll be fine. And then we don't. We proceed to just turn the ball over, leave shooters wide open. The only difference in this game was like how we were getting beat, and that was pretty much the Rockets could just run into the paint. Instead of our bigs getting burned, it was our guards getting burned a lot. And just seeing Wall just like do the thing that we watched him do for years, and do it to us. I'm like, oh, this is what like every other fan base felt like when Wall was on fire. God, this doesn't feel good. I don't like this. This is not a good feeling. So yeah, after the first quarter, we just kind of just started playing sloppy, and we got lucky because the Rockets also just were playing sloppy, couldn't shoot, and both the teams looked bad. It was the lowest scoring effort I think I've seen from the Wizards this season. I don't think I've ever seen them go into go into the fourth where it was like 70 points between, but like not 70, like both teams scored 70. And it was just weird because normally that's what we score at halftime. I was like, okay, guys, this is a little strange. You're not really doing what you normally do. So we get to the fourth quarter. This game is close. Like, we were keeping pace with the Rockets, but again, it wasn't because we were playing decent defense. We kind of left that in the first quarter and never came back to it. And it was just like, ugh. I feel like I'm doing that. I feel like it's Groundhog Day, but like there's little different iterations of the Groundhog Day. So instead of the fake comeback that we would sometimes do during losses, in this loss, what we did was we just let them go on a run and we couldn't score. I have been kind of giving Beal passes in some of these fourth quarters because he's our entire offense. Like, our offense goes stagnant without him. Perfect example is a sequence with Russell Westbrook and Isak Bonga. Oh my God, it was so irritating. Russ goes in the paint, drives, and kicks it to Bonga, who drives and kicks it back to Russ, who then drives again, kicks it back to Bonga, who takes a really pathetic floater that it doesn't even touch the rim. He airballs a floater. And I know that I've mentioned, hey, WizWatch, you want to see players do well, but it's not like our coach is going to put them in any good positions to score. But yeah, so I've been giving Beal passes, but man, he can't. He misses a lot in the fourth quarter. Like, he just goes completely cold. And I do think there is some justification for going cold when the other team can just key in on you because they know no one else will do it. There was this moment between Westbrook and Wall at one point, and I was just like, this feels like a microcosm of the Wizards season right now, or at the very least, how Wizards fans are feeling. Westbrook tried to talk trash to Wall, or Wall said something to Westbrook, and they both just started talking trash to each other, and they talk all this trash. Russ hits the first free throw, and then he clanks it. And he's talking all this trash while we're down 12. Like, why? There's no need for you to do that. There's no need. And so it just feels like a microcosm of our season where we're like, yeah, we need to just do this hard. Like, we're take us seriously. And then we fail. And we just fail. We just fail. And it's depressing to watch. It is mind-numbingly exhausting to watch. It would be fine if we were a bad team with effort, but this team was crafted with this idea that, we would be competitive in the East and Beal would have someone to run with. And it doesn't look good when the guy you traded for that supposedly is supposed to be healthy and supposed to be the bastion of all these things that our other franchise point guard wasn't. It just looks really bad. I don't want to be keying in on Westbrook as much as I might sound like I am. It's just like I have considerable frustration since he is supposed to be a big piece. He's supposed to be one of our new franchise players. Beal's fourth quarter shooting is bad. It's pretty bad. He misses a lot of bunnies. And like I said, I sort of semi-chalk that up to just having to carry the entire offense. Our offense tends to just crap itself without him. But at the same time, oof. And then Russ's decision making can be just so my brain just doesn't comprehend how he makes one good play and then it's like 5 bad plays. If this continues for like the entire season and you keep saying he's healthy, so then the natural conclusion is that, oh, he's just not as good as he used to be. And if he doesn't adapt, this is going to look really bad for the Wizards, especially with maybe John Wall's not doing as good as he used to, but he's looking borderline close to how he used to be. And how he used to be was amazing for us. Our team they have no ability to control the ball. There's a lot of turnovers. Pretty sure, apparently our backcourt combined for like 9, but I'm sure that went up because that was like during the last 5 minutes of the fourth. And I understand that we don't have our full team, but with our full team, we weren't doing much better. There can be something said for Denny Avdia making a difference, and Rui making a difference, and Wagner making a difference if he's not fouling every 2 seconds. But this is kind of just how we play, and the more this happens, the more these games happen like this, the harder it is to justify to Bradley Beal that he should stay here. The harder, unless Bradley Beal sees this as like a this is a rebuild year, and so we use that as an excuse. I'm just hoping that the front office doesn't go, well, we had COVID, and we had so much. We had COVID. We had the big injury to TB, and it's not to say that Thomas Bryant wouldn't make a difference, but especially the way they just ate us up in the paint. Like, my God. Because at first they were just missing everything in the paint. They just eventually started attacking. I just hope that they don't use that as an excuse to keep Brooks, to keep we need an upheaval. There is nothing that you can say to me that, you can't look at that team and think that this team doesn't need to be fixed. There's so many problems. They lack an identity. They lack defense. They lack any kind of consistency. And they're just bad. We have an elite scorer whose talent we are wasting. Now, some of this is probably coming off of frustration from watching this team do this for so long. But yeah, John Wall looks happy. Mark's cousin looks happy. We could have had both those guys, and they could have done well for us. Who knows? But that's the thing about life. You have to move on. You have to accept what is in front of you and make do. So we play the Pelicans next, another team that is struggling, and most likely when we play them, they'll find their rhythm. Well, this guy says, never seen a Pelican before, and I'm sure if I was a Wizard, I would not want to be around a Pelican. That thing seems like it's just it seems like it's one of the most supernatural deities ever, so I don't think you can win Guardian Leviosa that thing away. We'll see.